What is up, YouTube? I am Nintendo Man 64, bringing you another playthrough of another game. I decided I'm going to go on a different approach. Rather than do another Pokemon game right now, or another Kingdom Hearts game right now, I'm going to go back to something from my childhood. Let us play some Yu-Gi-Oh! In case you guys don't know the rules, I'm probably not going to teach them. You'll just have to follow by my example, unfortunately, because if I spent the whole first episode explaining all the ins and outs about Yu-Gi-Oh!, you'd probably turn away and go to another thing, because I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out what the rules are simply by watching. So if you'll excuse me, let us begin. This is going to be project number 16, although it's mostly a side project. I'm going to be doing duels once in a while, not all the time. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to start a new game. Nice to meet you. I am T. Gardner. Just kidding. I know you're Taya Gardner, a friend of Yugi. To start the game, you need to select an initial deck. You have 3 choices, and you won't know what you get until after you've made your selection. Okay, choose carefully. And they don't even give you like special things on top where it's like, ooh, well, we could start with that. Like, when I started, I used the Structure Kaiba deck so I could get the blue eyes, but whatever. I usually pick green, so let's go green. Now you're ready to duel, but before you start, make sure you take a close look at the cards in your deck. It wouldn't hurt to remember what your It wouldn't hurt to remember what your trap, magic, and monster cards are capable of. There are plenty of duelists waiting to face you in the campaign, including me, of course. So good luck to you. I'll see you later. Okay, what she meant by that is campaign. We will be battling, I believe it is 24 duelists. We will battle each of them 3 times in an episode. 2 to 3 times in an episode, depending on how quick the duels go. And that's pretty much it. There's really not much else I really need to explain about this one. So let's just take a quick gander and look at the deck we have. So far, I think I picked a good deck here. Got some pretty powerful cards. And then, of course, the Metabat that had to show up and ruin everything. Now, I am going to be using, what's it call it? I'll show you. I'm going to be using the password machine to be getting, various different cards that I can find and use that are going to be very useful to me. Because I do actually have a few of my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards left, specifically the rare and powerful ones. Because the last thing I need is to forfeit this entire thing over and have like a really crappy deck throughout. But okay, campaign is where you duel all your opponents. Link battle is who you link up with the Game Boy to duel. Deck edit is to edit your deck. Record is to check your record against the duelist you've unlocked so far. Now, as you can see, we can't go past the first group, so this is the first group. Yugi, Taya, Joey, Tristan, and Bakura. I like to call him Bakura. This is the calendar. Wow, 2001. That's really old. Not for nothing, but that's really, really old. And then you can select card trading and, of course, the password. Now, I don't remember a lot of my passwords offhand, although I do see one particular Yu-Gi-Oh card outside of my little drawer that I have for them. So let us see if the password machine will work. Now, I'm probably not going to use this card initially because the rules will dictate it's an extremely powerful card, but it's worth a try if this password will work, because it is a later version of a certain monster. Let's see. Seven, 422. Let's see if we get it. Yes, we do! The mighty Red Eyes Black Dragon. Nice. We can only use each password once, so now we have an extremely powerful monster in the Red Eyes Black Dragon. And we have it in the trunk, so we're going to put it in the main deck. Now, it's a very powerful monster, which means it's going to take a lot more than just basic summonings to summon it. But let's get into a couple of battles. Now, all these guys have differing difficulty, and in my honest opinion, if you switched Joey and Bakura around from left to right, it would go how difficult the duelists can be. Tristan is obviously the easiest. Joey's actually the hardest here because he actually has some of the powerful magic and trap cards you're going to have to deal with in this game. But let's start with Tristan Taylor. Hooray! Hiya, I'm Tristan Taylor. I don't have that much experience, but don't think for a second that I'm a pushover. Tristan, buddy, you're the biggest pushover in the history of the game. Let's just get this over with. Okay, I'm going first, so let's see. I bet I drew shit on my first draw. I did draw shit. Alright, good news is, though, we'll probably be able to lure our opponent into attacking us in this first turn with that powerful trap card. And end our turn. Hopefully we'll get a more powerful monster to attack with on the next draw. Let's see what Tristan's gonna do. Muyan Curry, I believe that raises his life points. Yes, it does. And Jinzo 7, okay, that defeated my plan. Jinzo 7 has the power to attack my life points directly, which he does. And now I am down 500 life points. The key to this game is pretty much, if your life points hit 0, you lose. If your opponents hit 0, you win. Pretty standard like that. Okay. Let's go with the Celtic Guardian. A very highly used monster in the first game. And then we'll give it the black pendant to the Celtic Guardian to make him even stronger. And let us inflict our first points of damage in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dom. No. I want to keep battling. God. And let's take out Jinzo 5 to knock his life points down. And then hit him with the big blow right here. The big blow. Now, the card I equipped to the Celtic Guardian is the Black Pendant. It's a very powerful magic card. If it's destroyed, it'll automatically inflict damage to my opponent's life points. So, it's a very useful equipped card to have at this point in the game. Let's see what Tristan's going to do with his next move. Oh, he's jumping right back onto the offensive. I'm actually going to hold on to that trap card. I'll let him destroy my M Warrior. It's fine. I don't even know what the M is supposed to stand for, but I'll take it. And let's see, we got Swords of Revealing Light. That would prevent them from attacking us. So I'm going to save that. And let's summon the WoW Warrior, who loves to say, wow! Wow! He's not strong enough to take out the Horn Imp on his own, but we'll be able to do it. The Celtic Guardian will be able to do it because he's the Celtic Guardian. Now, there are a ton of other monster cards I'm going to be doing after this turn, and actually a lot of other cards I'm going to be willing to do the next couple of episodes that I'll be testing and shorting out, because the deck that I usually use in another Yu-Gi-Oh game, Nightmare Troubadour, is not the same deck I use here. So let's put you in defense mode so we can draw him back out into another attack. The most of the cards I use you cannot access in this game, unfortunately, because it was much later on. Now that was an effect monster, which means the effect will trigger. Hero Shadow Scout's effect is I have to draw 3 cards. I get to draw 3 cards, but if any of them are magic cards, I have to immediately discard them. Now, so far, no magics, so I'm pretty good. I'm in good shape. Complete my turn. And let's see what he's gonna do. Perfect. I'm waiting. I'm gonna save that trap hole in case he can get a powerful monster out, because the last thing I need is for him to just completely, like, destroy us with this extremely powerful monster. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set Swords of Revealing Light so we don't have to discard any cards yet. Then we are going to set him in defense mode, this card, so we again can draw them out into a attack. That's the key to this game, making your opponent make mistakes and taking advantage of those. Because you're not always going to be able to muscle your way through opponents, like I've been doing so far. Especially later on. Later on, the game gets extremely technical and challenging. So the first few episodes of this should be fairly easy. Alright. We're going to set you now. I have no need to play you. And let's also set the Man-Eater Bug. Now, the Man-Eater Bug is another really good attack monster here. Or flip effect monster. There you go. What happens is if he's attacked while being flipped up, he can automatically destroy any monster on the field. So it could be very useful to us. Alright, he's gonna go with Doron. Nothing that I really need. He's gonna attack the Man-Eater Bug and leave himself wide open to an extremely powerful attack. And technically speaking, I can win the... I think I can... No, I can't win the duel on the next turn. If I summon another monster, I can win the duel on the next turn. So let's see. I'm gonna keep up my defenses. I focus a lot on defense and quick hits in this game, because that's what's key. If you leave yourself wide open and have way too many monsters in attack mode early on, it could be catastrophic to you. We're just gonna keep drawing them out and making Tristan here make the mistakes before we make them. And he's gonna retreat back to the defensive. That's totally fine by me. Alright, and we're gonna deliver the fatal blow here. We're gonna summon the Rogue Doll. Not a monster I usually use. My favorite card in this game will be found soon. I may actually end up adding it to the roster immediately. Alright, Green Kappa. I don't remember what his effect is. Alright. And let's see. Oh, it destroyed both my face down cards. Well, that's okay, because it doesn't matter. The duel's about to end because his life points are about to hit 0. Nope. Thank you for losing, Tristan. You're a good duelist. You're really good. I can't win. I don't duel enough. It's fun for me, though, so I'll play with you whenever you want. And every time you win a duel, you get to open a special card pack. And within these card packs, you'll find rare and powerful cards. We'll start with the Red Eyes Black Dragon. And nothing really good there. The Giant Soldier Stone is the only card there that's really any serious good. But take that from what it's worth. Let us challenge Tristan again. You don't want to play me if you're looking for someone to practice with. I don't go down that easy. Oh, yes you do, Tristan. Stop trying to kid yourself, buddy. You don't. Oh, I got my great monster on my first turn. Nice. Ooh, that's interesting. Alright. Another trap hole again on the first turn. I like that. Alright, now the problem with this is, as you can see, I can't summon the Red Eyes because he's got insanely powerful stats. So I'd have to sacrifice monsters, and the only problem with that is that I don't have any powerful monsters to defend with while I wait to draw him, to summon him. So, what I'll have to do is wait it out with Swords of Revealing Light, build up a strong defense, and then manage to summon him. So I don't believe Tristan has any powerful monsters more powerful than my Red Eyes. So what we're gonna do is we're going to sacrifice this monster to set the Faceless Mage in defense mode, and then activate Premature Burial, which will allow me to revive this card. And then I end my turn. And if he summons a powerful monster, all I have to do is use the Trap Hole card, which is exactly what he did. But he's not going to attack with it. I think that's interesting. Nevertheless, it's time for me to take action. Sacrifice these two monsters to summon an incredibly powerful Red Eyes Black Dragon. Red Eyes Black Dragon, 2,400 attack points. I love it. And then we use the last card in our hand, the Black Pendant, to make him even stronger. Just in case this monster's defenses are a little too high, we'll be able to pulverize it. And it is Ansatsu. Not a particularly good card to have, unfortunately. There are a lot of better 5- and 6-star monsters you can have in your deck. We actually have a few really powerful ones ourselves. Alright, Muyang Curry. So no one has thrown a single punch in this fight at the other person. I've dealt more damage to myself than I've dealt to him. So let's even this score up a bit. Red Eyes can neutralize this defense monster. I could have used the M-Warrior, but I'd rather the M-Warrior not run into a monster he can't beat until I can rectify this problem with him, such as by filling in for better, more powerful monsters, which are hard to come by, especially without using the password machine. I showed you the password machine, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it too much. Alright. Trap hole. And this will leave him wide open. Now, if I draw another monster here, this could devastate him. Alright, I didn't draw a monster, but that's okay. I drew another good trap card. And let's take out about half of his life points in one turn. And then the M-Warrior to knock him down to 4,100 in one turn. I like that. And Tristan's last move, well, not last move, but alright, he's gonna attack with Masaki. Masaki, the legendary swordsman. Not a particularly good card, unfortunately, for him. And we're gonna keep drawing him out into the offensive with an offensive. I want to keep him as far away from the defensive as possible, because until I get another good attacking monster, we're gonna have to wait for. We're just gonna have to wait for it. I know. I noticed I did have the Battle Ox in my deck, and that's a really powerful monster. I love that card. I loved most of the cards that Kaiba used in the anime. Let's see. Oh, hello, Summon Skull. Well, I just won the duel, unless he has a monster that has too much defense for its own good. Let's see. And it's Hero Shadow Scout. That's fine. And just keep filling my hand with more powerful monsters. Thank you, game. Thank you very much. And that'll end the duel. That's 2 wins against Tristan. In order to access the next belt, I believe you have to get 5 wins against all of the duelists. So, after I do the first 5 episodes of this, I may end up dueling on the side to unlock the next barrier, just to be safe. And as usual, Tristan gloats with us. And since we chose Red Eyes, let's choose the Dark Magician this time. Now we got another Trap Hole. Trap Hole is always useful, but nothing else there that's very useful, so I guess that's it. There's one last thing I do want to point out, though, and that's these little item things here on each of these days on the calendar. It says Weekly Yu-Gi-Oh! That means you get a magazine of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you get a couple of cards, extra cards after you win the duel of that day. This is the weekend duel where you duel in a tournament style mode. I will do an episode of that, just to be safe. And then, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magazine, where you get insanely rare cards, since it's only once a month. I don't think they'd want to give you rare cards early. But that's been a good intro episode to Yu-Gi-Oh! Guys. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm NintendoMan64. Join me next time where we battle Taya. Boy, this should be fun. Until next time, sayonara.